Do you see this lovely gorgeousness in front of me? So these are some stamped one sheet wonders from quite a few months ago. I know it's quite a few months ago because that is To a Wild Rose, and that's retired in the last couple of months. So I think I may have done that in February. So I'll try to find the links to these videos so that you can, if you want to see them, you'll be able to find them. And today I'm going to be attempting a kind of new idea, new technique that I've been thinking about doing for quite a while. It's kind of inspired by a quilting technique that I've seen, and so we're going to see how it works. You know me, I like to have a little bit of a play, see what happens. So I'm just going to pull up my just pull up my video so I can see who's commenting. So welcome if you're watching this on the replay. Thank you so much for coming and watching what I'm up to. To get started, I'm going to be cutting some strips from these pieces of retired DSP. These are pieces of paper, scrapbooking paper from Stampin' Up! That I've had in my stash for a while now. And I'm going to cut these up into, I think I'm going to go for 2 centimetre stripes, or I mean, unless I do 1 inch, maybe 1 inch would be easier actually. So 1 inch is 2.5 centimetres. I'll go for 1 inch for now, and see how that works. Yes, I am cutting three pieces in one go. That's because this cutter can handle it. Okay, this trimmer can handle that because the blade is quite long. And normally we can cut, I do cut 2 pieces of cardstock at once with this, so I know it can kind of cope with it. Now I'm pushing in from the left, but the other way to do it is that you can actually push in from the right. So it's up to you how you use the trimmer. Now also, can you see I'm doing this? I'm kind of butting the papers up to the left hand side because there's a ledge here. So if you want to make sure that they're absolutely all together, I do that a couple of times just to make sure that they're all nice and tight. And then I push them along, and then, you know, there are 3 pieces of paper there, so they're going to dislodge at some point. So I just get that to meet up again, and then we cut again. So I'm not, oh dear, as I say, not too worried about being precise. I want to be fairly precise because we're going to be sticking these strips together. So I'm going to try and keep them as precise as possible. Sorry, I'm making a bit of a pixie of this, really. I don't know why. Okay, Ruth, focus. It's because I think it's because I'm talking and trying to cut at the same time. I can talk and stamp, but talk and cut, maybe not. Obviously not as multi-talented as I thought I was. There we go. Right, I'm going to stop there. I think that's enough for now. So I've chosen 3 patterns here that are quite different from each other, and also the colours have turned up in this stamped one sheet wonder. So that's why I chose the colours of those papers. And yes, I am cutting strips. Oh, and I cut that wrong. I did 2 centimetres instead of 2.5. Although I'm wondering actually if doing 2 centimetres might work. Might not work with all of them. Okay, let me just go back to 1 inch and see what happens. Did I just do 1 inch then, or did I not? Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh well. Making it up as I go along as usual. Did I do 1 inch? Oh, I did. Okay. That's good. Right, let's do 1 inch. So you can experiment with this. You don't have to do it all 1 inch. I think it's because I've not tried this technique before. I think I'm going to keep it simple for now, and then as this technique develops, we'll we'll have a bit more of a play with it. Okay, so what I've got here is a piece of scrapbooking paper that is a little bit battered. I've got plenty of this stuff. To be honest, I've got to the point where I'm sick of the sight of it. So I'm going to be using this to stick my stripes down. And then we're going to be doing some cutting up. So, hello, hello. Let's see who's about. And see who's in the chat. Who's come to say hello? Oh, hello, Miss Amanda. Happy birthday to you. Hi, Linda, Janine, Heidi, Joanna, Janine, Joanna. Oh, and I'm just reading names now. Mindy, Elizabeth, Joanna, Deborah. Deborah's watching from a caravan. Awesome. Hello, Heidi. Christine Morgan, Deb Smith, the birthday girl herself, Miss Amanda Jennings. Heidi. Oh, I've said hello to Heidi already. Sue Wilson. Sheila B, Patty Cranfield, Susan, Miss Martina, Darrelly, Janice. Oh, loads of you. Oh, welcome, welcome everybody. Wow, 40 of you watching already. Right. I realised I've been buying solid paper but no print. Next order is prints. Oh, okay, Mary. But you can stamp your own. Hello from Bishop Auckland. Hello, Karen Lazenby. Right, welcome everybody. Hi Ivy, great to see you all. Do welcome newbies in, please. We have a very much open door policy. Everyone's welcome. Please do say hello. We don't know if you're there until you say hello, so please say hello and let us know roughly where in the world you're coming in from, because we are a good old bunch of worldwide international group of crafters here, so, and you'll be surprised the places in the world some of you have been. Right, now I was thinking of using the sticky blah 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 blah, what's it called, the sticky adhesive sheet, but then I thought, oh, I'm going to try it with the glue this time, see what happens. And because I'm envisaging cutting quite large chunks from this, but I'm looking at this thinking, oh, maybe I was wrong actually. I should have cut these down into smaller strips, but hey ho, we're going to keep going. I think I'll do I'll do half a sheet and then I'll reevaluate, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so let's just put a little bit more glue there. To get another patterned piece here now. So this floral is quite nice. I'll push that up. Now our cardstock in the UK, our regular size cardstock A4, is not quite long enough. It's not quite 12 by 12, but that's okay. We'll work with it. This is quite easy. This is not like when I do my scrappy cards and I'm cutting and tearing, and I know some of you have a bit of a fit when I do that. You're like, what's she doing? This is a little bit more organised, a little bit more controlled. There we go. What other pieces have I got here? Do another one of those, maybe? No, I think I'm going to stop there actually, because I want to cut into this and see what happens. Yeah, see, I've got a feeling that these strips are a little bit too wide. So anyway, I'm going to just have a quick play, reassess, then figure out what we're going to do. Because in my mind, you see, I'm thinking quilting, and obviously when we quilt, we're making massive blankets. We're not here. We're going to be making cards. So my idea was then to cut some triangles into this and then see what happens. But before I do that, I'm going to measure out some things. Now, where's my phone just beeped at me? Sometimes it beeps because it's I'm getting a message in. No, that's fine. Right. Oh, I'm going to just trim off that little edge piece there. Oh, no, I won't. No, 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 no. Leave that there. Leave that there for a second, Ruth. All right. Right. Those strips are pre-cut to a certain size. Yes, these are 1-inch size strips at the moment. Yeah, Karen, I've never seen this technique either with paper. I'm making it up as I go along. Right, so what I want to do is cut some long triangles from this. So I'm going to mark every... Let's have a look. Oh, I know what, I can use my grid paper. I have inch grid paper right in front of me and I'm not even using it. There we go, that's a bit silly of me. Right, so I'm going to mark every 2 inches on here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, like that. Then I'm going to flip it over and mark every 2 inches, but this time we're going to start at the 1-inch mark. Everyone following me so far? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. Get my trimmer back again, which is right in front of me. Hey Ruth, use the grid paper. Were you shouting that at me? Oh dear. Okay, so then I'm going to match up that corner there to that 1-inch mark there. So take your time to do this, there's no rush. It's better to measure twice, cut once. As lots of people have said to me over my lifetime. So cut that there. Then we're going to cut this one here. So this is a good way for those of you who have done stamped one sheet wonders and you haven't been so enamoured with your results and you're thinking I'm just going to put it in the bin or the compost heap as Martina calls it, but you still want to use it, you don't want to waste the cardstock. This is a good way to kind of mix up those patterns with something else. And it doesn't actually really matter if you've made a bit of a boo-boo or you dropped the stamp in the wrong place or you've got a smudge on it, because in the grand scheme of things it's really not going to show up. So this is hopefully a technique to help you with the card making and chopping of stamped one sheet wonders, because I know some of you have turned into you've turned into hoarders of the stuff. And I know it's all my fault. Oh, I thought of a new slogan. So you know sometimes you say Ruth made me bought it. Ruth made me buy it. Well, I'm thinking of combining that with the slogan from The Office. That's what she said. And so it's a combination, and you're going to start saying now, that's what she stamped. Oh, we've got Australians from all sides of Australia here. Okay, so I'm just keeping going, and you see how it's worth marking out those little points. It means that we've got some really, all these triangles are now pretty neat and tidy and the same. So I had considered using the triangle stitched dies to do this technique, but the problem with using a die is that it wasn't going to guarantee that I would cut the triangles from the same position on the paper, which, as you can see, is actually quite important. Well, as you will see, is quite important. Now I'm going to see if I can squeeze one out of here. Ooh, not sure if I will. Okay, so that's, look, can you see I've just got that little bit that's not quite there, but we may be able to use it for something. So now you can get your scrappy bit of paper back, and we're going to start sticking these all again. Actually, I will use my end piece. use my end piece there. And look, you can flip it round. Oh, look what happens. I've got the yellow in exactly the same place. Oh no, we can't have that. Okay, let's figure this out. Let's do so. So I see I'm learning. Right, let's do this slightly differently. Or we can do, I was going to say we could do something like this instead. We could make them meet up. So why didn't somebody not tell me? Ruth, you shouldn't have put the yellow in the middle. Oh well, never mind. Oh, right. What if I just cut that piece off there? That would work then, wouldn't it? It's okay. It's all a work in progress. Right, so I'm just gonna, I know this sounds crazy, but I'm just gonna snip off that last panel to make this work, because I didn't even think about the fact that we had one colour that was going to be the same in the middle. So let's just cut those off. See, I make these mistakes so you don't have to. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. See if this would work better. So we've got that one like that. Then we want that one like that. Yay, that's what we want. Woohoo! Now we're cooking on gas. So look. Yay! That one doesn't. Let's do that there. That's the bit that's got the funny edge to it. So let's get rid of that. Ooh. Oh, let's get one of these ones. Who's just joined? Hi Lorraine. Hi Esther. Hi Diana. Hi Serene. Well, today guys, I've been filming the tutorials for Saturday for the In Symmetry class. Now if you are an international fan and haven't been able to order the actual physical kit from me, you are still welcome to purchase the tutorials from me. They are £6 and you get tutorials for making 3 different cards. Wow, once you get going, it's quite relaxing this, but obviously next time we're just going to do the 4 strips, not 5. Right. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? I feel like a child. Are we there yet? Let's cut this one off. So, sorry about that, guys. That was just a mathematical equation I had not accounted for at all. Right. So, let's start at the very beginning. Can you glue? Yes, you do need an even number of strips for this particular pattern, Heidi. Yes, you're right. So let's start there. Let's start gluing these on. Now, do I want to alternate between having... Okay, I've got an idea. Not sure if it's going to work. Let's see. So I can see, let's call it to make it easier to understand, let's call it the orangey flowered paper. I'm thinking of trying to arrange it so it goes duh, 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 and then that piece there, and then, yeah, okay. Now, let me do a few and then it will kind of hopefully make sense. So we've got 4 sections, haven't we, going across. So as we go along, I'm thinking this orangey section here, we're going like that, and then we'll go back to the beginning, I think. So next time I'll know not to waste that extra paper. Right, so that's going to be one of them. So I need one to go around the other way. There we go, there, like that. Sorry, I'm not looking at any comments. You're going to have to entertain yourselves for a second because I'm really concentrating on this. So is Jan here or any other quilters? Who else has done this in quilting? Yes, that's a good idea, Martina. Yes, maybe what I'll do is I'll cut these ones slimmer in a second and have a go doing that. Oh, look, my strips are sort of coming off the edge there. But anyway, I don't think it matters hugely because you can always trim this whole section down, so it's fine. Right, now that's a piece that I don't actually. That's the bit that's got a bit nicked off it. Right, let's go for this piece. But it's quite relaxing once you've got the pieces cut to just kind of assemble it together. Want that piece there. Do you remember that? I think we all remember this Christmas paper because it was around for quite a while, wasn't it? Well, it felt like it was around for quite a while. I used it to cover up at Christmas time when we were packing to move. I used it to cover up some of the boxes in my front room to make it look a bit more festive. Actually, this could be a piece that was on a box because it's a little bit battered. Because once I took all the pieces off the boxes, I thought, I'm not wasting those bits of paper. I'm just going to put them away. Use them another day. Right, now unfortunately that's the piece with a bit nicked out of it. Let's see if I've got a... I've not got any more. Just trying to see if I can salvage a little corner piece. Oh yes. Oh, can I do it from there? No, I can't. Oh well, I think I'll probably stop there now. I'm just going to pop that one there. What do you think? It's a bit... Is it too obvious if I do that? I could stick a little white corner piece there. Sorry, I'm faffing over this tiny little piece that is not very significant, but it'd be nice just to be able to keep the pattern going, I think. Right, I'm just going to rescue a little piece of white from here and see if I can... Actually, it's a piece of whisper white. Let me... I've got a little strip here. Try and stick that in. Cut that off there. Put a little bit of glue in there. We'll go with that for now. It's just to finish that piece off and not make it look so obvious. Okay, and let's flip this around, stick this one here, and be done. Right, there we go. So that's one technique for using up strips and creating an alternative background. Now I'm thinking this would actually make quite a nice slimline card, couldn't it? You could cut that down and just yeah, enjoy all those patterns. Right, let's move on. I'm not necessarily going to finish that card today. I'm just wanting to experiment a little bit more with this idea. So as Martina said, we could cut these strips down so they're a little bit slimmer, and let's go from there. So I'm going to cut this at the 1/2 inch mark, and I lay that in carefully. If I close that down, push it into place and hold the call it the little handly thing there, then that won't move, and then you've got your 1/2 inch pieces there. So I'm going to do that to this one as well, because I have plans for this technique. I want it to work, to be a little bit more intricate in its execution. So looking good, but they're going downhill. Yes, they are going downhill, look. I just figured that I'd have to sort of cut it, yeah, to make it work. It's one of those sort of things that happens, those sort of funny things that happens, isn't it? Put a butterfly on that spot. Oh, okay, yes, good idea. Right, so let's pop that in there. I've just realised actually I think I want to cut 3 in one go. Make my life a bit easier. So very carefully pop that in. Keep these all together at the 1/2 inch mark. This trim is quite helpful actually, because it has the markings, the 1/2 inch mark. Oh no, is it centimetre or 1/2 inch markings? No, it's 1/2 inch markings. It has centimetres and inches for us Europeans on this. Okay, there we go. Right, I'm going to get another piece of scrapbooking paper to stick everything down onto. I'm going to get one that I'm not likely to use. I don't mind covering up. I hate to call paper ugly, but you know when you just get to the point where you're sick of the sight of it. Right, so let's get started. So the key is to do even numbers of strips for this technique. But I do want to experiment with maybe even a slightly different triangle, rather than such a long triangle, and more of an equilateral one, and make squares, and then from the squares then make more squares. Basically. So for those of you who are quilters, you'll know what I mean, where you cut these strips and then you cut little triangles and then you make bigger things from them. So, right. Oh, got 2 pieces there. Now look, that doesn't look precise to me. That looks a bit thicker there than it is there, so I'm going to have to make up for it by... See, this one is the other way round. This one's thick this end and then thin that end, so we're just going to have to do that to make up for it. But you know what? There's always imperfections in quilting. Well, unless you're super duper good at it. One of my viewers is very, very good. Well, a few of you are good quilt makers, but I've seen the work of one person. And, no, 2 people. I should correct myself there. Actually, did I really want those together? Oh well, it's too late. Let's go for this one now. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is called Seminole Patchwork Native American Technique. Ah, okay, thank you. And do I want to end with, I was going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to have 6. I think I might just end with this colourful one because it's so pretty. And it's enough contrast between that one and that one. What I'm trying to make sure of is that that every strip that's being stuck down next to it is a contrasting one. That's what I'm trying to make sure of. Okay, right, let's see what happens here. So let's give this a measure. So this measures 2 and what's that? 2 3/4 of an inch. Um, 2 3/4 of an inch. So I would get 8 triangles out of this. Right, let's try this. So if I cut this at 2 3/4, which is actually about 7 centimetres, but we'll go for the inches because it's a bit easier because we're using 12 by 12 paper. Oh, I've just spotted a bug on my table that I don't think I want in my room. The only thing about crafting it out here at night and with the window open because it's getting a bit warm is that you get bugs coming in. Right, so that's 2 3/4. Going to mark now. Oh, actually I could again use my grid paper. So I'm going to mark at 2 3/4 there because I want to create, there we go. Right, so 2 3/4 plus 2 3/4 is that, plus 1, 2 is 5.5. Then 1, 2 3/4 is 8.25, and then 11. There we go. Right, flip that around. Now I'm actually going to, I think I'm going to cut it off there because I don't need that section. Put a window screen in. That's a good idea. I am thinking of getting something for our patio door actually to stop the bugs coming in. And the flies. The flies. You know it's summer when the flies start. Okay. So half of 2 3/4 is 2, no it's not, it's 1 3/8. So if I start my paper at 1 3/8 and do a mark at 2 1/4, then 5.5, then 8 1/4. Is that right? Have I done that right? Hold on. 1, 2, yeah, 8 1/4, then 3/4, 1, 2, and then 11. Oh, I hope this works. Right, so we're going to cut that mark to that corner. I'm probably going to look up at the screen and discover nobody's with me anymore. They've all gone to sleep. You're all gone. That's it, Ruth. You're doing maths. I've had enough. We're off. Just skip to the end, people, if you want to. I know you can't do it if you're watching the live, but Anyway, hopefully this is going to be this is going to rock the craft world. It's going to be the best thing since, I don't know, the Stamparatus or something. The new technique that everybody's going to want to do. Oh, who's having a cup of tea? Actually, I just had a cup of tea. So I was doing some work earlier and I thought, oh, I just want to have a little lie down. And I think I had a little cheeky snooze at about 8:30. And then I thought I'd better get on and watch Esther's show and then put my daughter to bed and then come on here. But no, I'm having a sleepy day. Right, there we go. Nearly there, nearly there. Thank you for sticking with me, everybody. I know sometimes my videos can be quite exciting and fast-paced, and then sometimes we just do the whole, you know, figure it out as we go along. There we go. Right, so let's see if this works. So my idea was... No, that's not. There's not going to be enough of those, is there, to do that? Let's see if that will happen. Ooh. So we've made a hexagon. Or have we? What? No. Oh well. Back to the drawing board. Let's do that. Now you quilters are probably shouting at me. It's because you use the wrong angle. This is where I need my daughter to come and help me with angles. Oh well. I will figure it out. Don't you worry. I will figure it out how to do that at some point. Oh no, did I want to do that? I've had to use all the same ones there. Okay, let's have another play. What else could we do? Could do that. Oh, but that would be exactly what we've just done. What if we swap that out and do it that way? I daren't look at the comments because I'm very disappointed in myself. What if I did? Okay, I'm going to look at the comments now. It's pretty enough. A star, yes, but it's the wrong... I've done the wrong angles, guys. I've done it wrong. Let's see if I can do... Oh no, see, that way's wrong as well. Oh, oh, hold on, hold on. That might work. Let's swap out that one for that one. It's the wrong type of triangle I've done. Now, why does that work? No, it doesn't work. Or does it work? Or was I turning them? Hold on. I was putting them in. No, that won't work. Let's try that. Then turn that one. Then that one. Ooh! It's a bit bizarre, but it sort of works. Two small pieces. There's two small pieces of the missing piece in your first layout. What are these ones here? Oh, yes, thank you guys for your support. Okay, right, let me just have another little play. Let's figure this out. So I've got that one doing that. What about if I have that one there like that, and then that one there like that, and then I go in with that one, that one, I know you end up with that stripe there, but you end up with that, I think. No, that's not going to work. Okay, that's not going to work, Ruth. I don't think. No, because that angle's not quite right. Okay, mix it all up. I want to do that, but that's not going to be quite right. I guess I could cut some of these in half. If those were cut in half, then we could make really cute little, like, mini ones. Okay, I'm going to move on from this. Let's think then. What I should have done is cut squares first and cut the squares in half. Let's do that instead. So let's do another one. Yes, that's what I thought. I had equilateral triangles, and it was my fault for not. Well, I thought I had, but no. See, I didn't. That's okay. Well, we'll have another go. It's all right. What's the time? I've only wasted 40 minutes of your time. Ooh. Oh, I've got bugs flying around the face now. Excuse me, sorry. I have got one of those fly strip things up in the corner of my room, because I didn't want it hanging in the middle of my room where I was likely to get my hair all caught up in it. But then the bugs don't tend to go over there. They tend to come over here where I've got my light on. So there we go. Right. So this one looks like it's starting to angle. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can amend this somewhat. Do that. There we go. Yes, I've just remembered actually, when I've seen people do quilting, they use squares an awful lot, don't they? And they'll cut squares into triangles. So I think that's what I'm going to do on this next round. I'm going to do 2 lots of different kind of things. And let's use one of these. You all happy chatting to each other? Oh, it's Miss Cindy come on. I'm trying to read some comments, but what did Martina say? Something about do not do an overlap, always the same side higher. That makes a 3D thing on the top of the pattern. I'm not quite following you there, Martina, but don't you worry, we'll... Right, hold on. I think I want another colour in here, don't I? Or do I? Oh, I just might go for a fatter one there. Let's do that in there. So that's one lot. I'm going to cut that down. So I'm going to cut this to 2 inches. I know it's not exact and precise because I've got some strips that are a little bit wider than others, but we're just going to go with this for now. Cut that there. Okay, I think I've probably got enough to do another one like that. Do one of these. And what else have I got over here? Oh, I've got enough to do. Okay, I might just cut one of these into half. A spaghetti string curtain. Yeah, we get those sort of curtains that are made of like plastic strips, and that seems to stop the flies from getting in. I don't have one at the moment. I did have a look in town at a hardware store, and they sell like this one that's like a mesh, and you can it has like a magnetic closure, so you have to sort of separate the magnets to get through it, but then it sort of self-closes behind you, and so it allows all the air to come in, but not the bugs. So. Oh, there we go. Linda's got that one too. It is lovely to be able to sit in with the door open, but then the payoff is later when you get all the bugs flying around. Yeah, I think next time I go to town I'm going to get it. Okay, so that's one lot, and then I like this great big length here, so I'll go for this. I'm trying to square it off as much as possible, even though I know some of these strips are not precise, but okay, right, let's see how this works. So again, cut out 2 inches. Now I'm finding that this track here is starting to get a little bit furry. So if that happens, just get a piece of paper or card and run it down the middle. You see all that that's come out of there? Because every time you cut paper, it's the little fibres start to build up, and that can affect how it's cutting. So every so often give that little track a clean out. Okay, right, so I was thinking if I cut these at 2cm squares, this is an easier way to create a triangle that is definitely going to fit together. So I'm going to have to disregard that one because I haven't quite got enough. Although I could cut a triangle from there to there, so we'll do that. Let's see what else we can use. We can make this work. So let's cut that from there to there. So now we could do that way to that way. Now, would you recommend that I always cut them like that? Or do we cut some that way? So it means you can do patterns like that. Where are the quilters? It is like belly button fluff, yeah. Okay, I think for this one I'm going to just cut in the same direction, so it's from left to right, because I've not done this before, so I'll just do it the same way, and then maybe on the others we'll have an experiment and see what it's like doing it the other way. Okay, so let's have some fun with this now. So we could pair these up. Oh, we could do... No, what am I doing? Do that. Could do... that work? No. Oh, Ruth, what are you doing? Okay, hold on a second. Let's just do this methodically. So if we do that, flip that around like that. There we go. Okay. You just have to stop sometimes and just think, okay, just be methodical about this. You're getting in a tiz. So that there like that. That there like that. Then flip that round. Then you end up with that kind of a pattern. Okay, right, and then theoretically you should be able to then pop that there like that. Yay! And it's weird because it kind of brings those two back together again, but that's all right. Right, okay, so that's That's one way of doing it. So let's cut this one up into 2-inch squares again. Now this one's going to be a bit different because we've got 4 strips here. Now I'm wondering then with this whether to do one way and then do the other one the other way. So do one that way. Well, thank you for sticking with me, everybody. I can see that there's 70 of you watching, so I can't be doing anything too badly wrong. I know this is a bit different perhaps from what you're used to seeing me do, but as I said, this idea has been floating around in my head for a while, and I wanted to have a go doing it and see what we could come up with. So let's have a looky. So this time I've got those pieces that are like that, those pieces that are like that. Okay, so if I'm to turn that way, ooh, I could turn that one that way, and those two could go together. Oh no, I'm basically putting it back together again. No, we don't want to do that. I could do that. So that was the, no, that one there, that one there, that one there. Okay, so that's interesting. Then we could do, but then that again, that's like putting those two back together. That's a bit silly, isn't it? No, we'll start again. Right, now what could we do here? Ooh, do that there, and that one there. Hold on, there must be a name for this sort of a pattern. Ooh, what have I done there? Take that one out. Oh, this is fun. It's like making your own kaleidoscope. Ooh. So then oh, this is much more fun. This makes way more sense. So using 4 strips, cutting them into 2-inch squares is so much easier. Right, we'll stick with that. I quite like that idea, that one there. Right, now we do have some other sections here that we can make use of. Ooh, I wonder, what about cutting these rather than into triangles, 1-inch rectangles, and building them into sort of, I don't know, brick-like things. Let's see how that works. So because I know that they're 2 inch by 1 inch, that's always going to fit together. So let's cut these into 1 inch sections. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. Okay. Just cut the little end off, the little slither off the end, which is not quite equal. Get rid of that. One, two. This is the sort of thing that you could just spend an hour or so just sticking a whole load of strips together, cutting a few out, and then having a play with the composition. So I think I'll probably have to do a bit more research into sort of quilting blocks to find out the best way to build them up. Right, so could have one going like that, and one going like that. Oh, actually, if we do the same ones, do that, like that, and like that, and then do that. Oh, we cut a couple of more of those. That one there. That one there. Just cut a couple of more pieces of this one. It's like a Rubik's Cube. It does look a bit like a Rubik's Cube, yeah. There we go. Oh, that's fun. I quite like that. Right, so I've got loads of little bits of paper all over my desk now, but yeah, it got to the point where it was fairly satisfying to do. Let's see if I've got some. I might quite like to stick this one down. Let me stick this one down. So at least finish something. Hold on, now have I got to start in the middle? Oh no, I've just spoilt my pattern. That was a bit silly of me. I know this is slightly different to the way I did it, but Yeah, that's not right. Is that right? No, that's not right. That one's got that in the corner. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Yes, if I'm thinking if I stick this all down on the yellow piece of cardstock, it won't matter that I don't have. That will be my yellow middle one, won't it? So it'll work out fine. Honestly, you could spend a happy rainy afternoon doing this. It's quite relaxing. Once you get going, once you sort of understand the rules of it. Your red squares are the focal colours too, so use those as the main placement. Okay. Yeah, that's why I'm doing those sort of like a checkerboard effect, I think. Did you ever teach quilting, Vanessa? I know you did embroidery, machine embroidery and all that, but was quilting part of what you used to teach? 79 crafters to make a square. I know. But what a pretty square it is too. Sorry if I've not been looking at comments, guys. This has been a bit more taxing on the brain. Well, there we go. An hour and a half later and she's made one card. Turn 1 on the upper right round. This one. No, that's right, because it's orange, 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 like that. Yellow's on the edges. Yellow, then that, and then that, and then that. Yellow, that, that. Yellow, that, that. Yellow, that, that. No, they're all right, I think. I think, Mary. Now, theoretically, this should measure 5 inches. But if I need to do a little bit of trimming, just to make it all nice and neat, that's okay. But we'll do it to the 5-inch mark first. Okay, and I think we'll just do a little skim off there. So I'm going to take a 1/16 off there. And oops, a 1/16 off there. Just to neaten it all up. I know I'm kind of slicing off an end piece, and then I'm moving that so that it's 4 7/8. So I'm just taking off another 1/16 on the edge there. Oh, lovely, Vicky. That's fun. I have looked at that set thinking I quite like the leaves in it actually. They're very pretty. Right, let's see, what should we use? Oh, just a piece of, I'm just going to cut a white square and have that, just to show that off for now. So that's just under 5 inches. So let's go for a square that's, I don't know, 5.5. Let's do that. Oh, see you, Bev. Have fun. Turn the square sideways. Which square? There we go. Is that all right? Right, and then I was thinking of making this into a slimline card. Now normally my slimline cards are just under the 4-inch mark. So if I trim that down to sort of the 3 3/4 mark, so the 9.5 centimetre sort of size. Oh, now this went off at an angle, didn't it? I know, I'm going to do a first trim and then I'm going to do a second trim, just to make it a bit easier for me to figure this out. Right, so I'm going to try and make this line up rather than getting the edge to line up. That's kind of the right place, I think. So do that first. Ooh, no, don't move. Cut that off first, then cut that across there. Then cut this at 9.5 or 3 3/4 roughly. Lots of little bits to get out the trimmer. Look at this. Lots of little pieces in there. And then open this up and cut this at 20.5, which is around the 8-inch mark. And that will make a really nice slimline card. I know it's not perfect, but when is quilting ever perfect? Oh, thank you, Jane. Oh, thank you, Paula. Oh no, that's thin stuff. I want thick stuff. Where's the thick stuff gone? Thick stuff, yeah. So I'm gonna score that there because the edge is a little bit knocked, so I've moved it in a little bit more than normal by 10. Right, there you go. A very fun slim line made up from One Sheet Wonders and designer series paper that I was sick of the sight of. Made a pretty card. Ooh, okay, it's getting late. I'm all fingers and thumbs now. Oh, Vanessa, how many have you got on your balcony now? Thank you, Dina. Right, so that's that one. So we've got at least 2 cards out of today's session, but we've got lots of little pieces to sort of stick together to make more. And I really should get on and make them, otherwise they just end up in my scrap box and then it gets cleared out. So. Yeah, a kookaburra is a bird. Oh, it's from the same family as a kingfisher. Oh, I did not know that. Right, I'm wondering whether to have a little wee more play with these. I mean, these might be just fun on their own. You know, just that, have that on a card. Then I've got these square ones over here, didn't I, that I cut into. I forgot about these ones. That's quite cute. Oh, that's another type of pattern you can do, where you do it that way as well. Oops, what am I doing? I'm confusing myself here. Oh, that's because it's an opposite one. Ah, Ruth. Do it with that one. No, that's the wrong one as well. Could do that instead. Anyway, you could have lots of fun doing this. I might just swap out that one for that one. I know, if there's one thing I'm sometimes very determined. I just keep going and keep going until it works. It's gotta work. Let's do that one there. Lay it on a black card base. Ah. The kookaburras were laughing at 6 AM in the morning. I don't think I'd laugh either. I'd be like, pass me those earplugs. No, that one there. Right, I just need one more piece that looks like that. Looking through my scraps, have I found it? Yay! Right, what if I moved? Okay, those are not, don't look quite right. Let's do that. Now they all are a bit different, so we're not trying to make a specific pattern here. But I might actually swap out. What would happen if I swapped that for that? That one for that one. It's a bit more interesting, isn't it? There we go. Not sure if I like that either. Let's flick that round. That's better. Oh no, then those two match now. Put that there. Move that around there. Now let's see, how does that look? It's okay. Oh yes, please do share pics. Right, I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to stick this one up in front of you guys because you've seen me do enough sticking for the night. So thank you for indulging me and let me play with this idea. I think it's going to just need a little bit more thought to sort of, if you want to do the repetitive patterns and the pinwheels and that kind of thing, then you do have to be strict with yourself about the stripes and then the cutting of the squares and so on. Oh yeah, no, I've stuck that one down. So let me know what you think of this technique, and if you want to see me sort of play with it a bit more and perfect it, tag me to your face group. Mary, you need to apply to join it. So if I get the link up for you now, and you need to, when you go to the Facebook group, please do answer the questions. Now, obviously, I do know who you are, Mary, but I'd prefer to treat everybody the same. So I require that everyone answers the security questions, so that it also means that I know that you've read the rules. They're not complicated rules, but I just like to make sure that everybody has. Actually, copy link. There we go. Everyone does know the rules. So the rules are basically you can share pictures of things that you've made. Ideally, they need to be things that have been inspired by my channel. And there is a monthly chat area for those of you who just want to, say, ask a question or put pictures of kingfishers or whatever. Please pop that in the chat area, because I try and keep the main board kind of clear of chit chat and just have gorgeous pictures of your work. So if you know, occasionally someone will sort of put something funny up or whatever, and if a few days later I'll just delete it. So it's all right if you do put it in the wrong place. But if you do want to keep it saved, then you need to pop it into the chat area. Okay, right. Thank you. Oh, she was talking to Vanessa. Oh well, it gave me an excuse to talk about my group anyway. Sorry, Mary, if I misunderstood. Oh, that's a shame, Heidi. Can you put stickers on your windows? Sometimes people do that here. They put stickers on their windows to make sure that they know it's not, well, I suppose if it's glass they think it's see-through, don't they? But if you put things, they then realise that they can't go into it. Oh, I should bring this one on so that you can see this one as well. So this one, I know this one's not quite finished. Then we've got this one and this one there. So maybe use an embossing folder to top stitch the quilt. Oh, do we still have that embossing folder? I've got an awful feeling it's retired. But I'm going to have a quick look now. There are some other embossing folders we could use. Yes, I'm falling asleep too, Elizabeth. Lovely to see you. Thank you for staying. I'm impressed. I'm impressed that so many of you stayed to the end. Thank you. Right, let's have a look. Embossing folders. Let's see, is there anything fun that we could use to... Has anyone got that die, the greenery die, this one? I'm a bit intrigued to know what that looks like, the stitched greenery. So you can't really see it. Anyway, it's on page 165. Oh no, I've missed the quilting one. I am looking forward to maybe playing with that one. Excuse me. The pretty flowers one. And the bark one. Oh, that would look nice. That's got a very sort of stitched feel to it, doesn't it? That hearts one and the sort of that one there. Wonder if the tin ceiling one would work. Oh yes, I don't have that one anymore, but yes, that would look nice. It might not match up, but I've got that one, the Parisian floral. Sorry, Parisian flourish. I wonder what that would look like through it. So I'm just trying to find it. Unfortunately, where I store my embossing folders becomes a bit of a dumping ground. So. Ooh, if you aim that right in the middle, that's a bit like, you know, when people then stitch on top of quilts, isn't it? So you could aim that flower right in the middle of that section there. That would look gorgeous. Ooh, there we go. The leaves one, yeah. Okay, Cindy, I'll look out for that. Right, there we go. So, thank you again. You do like it. Thank you, Dara Lee. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. And I had its moments where I was thinking, oh no, what have I gone and done? But no, got to keep going, keep going, keep going. We get there in the end, don't we? And that's the thing about crafting. I think sometimes people think that, oh, you know, it's kind of like slap bang, do it in half an hour. That may be the fault of us YouTubers, because sometimes we create videos where we, you know, edit stuff together and it looks like we get a card done in 5 minutes when it's actually taken us, you know, 30 minutes. But I suppose the joy of seeing it like this is that, you know, you see a process and you can ask questions and so on. So yes, it worked out in the end. There we go. Right, lots of love to you all. Rest well and see you guys tomorrow for hopefully a Stamp One Sheet Wonder. And I am also planning to get round to filming my May thank you video. So thank you everybody who donated, super chat me, who was a customer of mine or is in my team in May. I'm going to be filming the thank you video for that soon. And then I'm planning to do the draw for, there's the stamped wreath and some cards for celebrating my 10-year anniversary, which is still kind of going on. And I have got some other things to give away that I need to give you the opportunity to win. So There we go. Right, take care. Bye. Please remember to give me a thumbs up.